me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Well, this venue will host Super Bowl 55 in a couple years' time, but for now, we've got non-playoff football here at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. So happy to be with you, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, and we thought it would never get here, but here we are back together. It's opening weekend of the 100th season in the NFL.
So much football to talk about. That's our main focus. But how about how much happened in the offseason? Rules changes. Overtime rules were discussed in a big way. Some superstars changed addresses. There's a whole lot to talk about in the NFL in addition to this game we're getting ready to watch.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Buccaneers heading out. It's the fifth-year man, Jameis Winston, in charge. A big key for Jameis this year, just finding a way to avoid those turnovers. They've been his undoing during his tenure in Tampa. It's no secret. Options again last year, plus 7 fumbles in just 9 games played.
Ready? Blue 80. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And, whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And look at this. For the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that's complete. It's Watson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Normally that's not the down and distance that you call a draw play. You usually want to wait to 2nd or 3rd down with a definite passing situation before that play is dialed up.
Winston throwing complete to Mike Evans, and he goes out right around the 39. And this offense can air it out, and when they do, you have to key on Mike Evans.
And we do think about his catch radius first and foremost. A tall, lean receiver, but he actually can make some agile plays as well.
Ready? White 25. It's been a long day for you. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Winston. And that is incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
Here comes Pettis on the return. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here are the 49ers and their offense in great field position already. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted #1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. And these are the guys we're about to see down on the turf in just a moment.
Joe Staley, the left tackle, one of the most respected players in the league, as well as one of the most talented.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Catch made, it's Moreau. Touchdown, 49ers. Foster. An ideal start.
You've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Working out of the gun, Winston. He'll get this to Eckler. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And the 49ers on the defensive side of the football.
Jaworski Tartt came out of Samford University in Alabama. And he is a guy who is an absolute flash at the safety position.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Draw play, it's Eckler. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack. But I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone. And into the offensive backfield, he's a heck of a player.
And there, a big TFL, tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. Has bred this big defensive tackle.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona, and the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. Larry Fitzgerald, he's got a first quarter touchdown grab there. Murray now on first down. It's caught, and there's the first NFL catch for Marquise Brown. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They come out here in the eye.
54. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
To throw is Murray. And this is incomplete. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. And you're
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack. Murray now, 3rd and goal. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. DK Metcalf, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it's now 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A reminder, coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut, and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Winston now. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now Winston. And the pressure gets to him again. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. On the return is Pettis. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Murray now on first down. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Kamara. And oh, his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
After review of the play,
partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellows in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this one is right down the middle. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively.
So for
nothing
the guys that are watching this broadcast right now, that was that kicker's first ever made field goal.
But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. To throw is Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Winston from the gun on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your dead. There's another failure right there on third down.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. First down, Murray. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Brown with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. Saquon Barkley, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. Larry Fitzgerald, a touchdown reception. In our game, it was a rookie Kyler Murray showing the flash that made him choose football over baseball. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This one taken from the 7. Pushing through the contact. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the second up in Seattle. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. Russell Wilson with 1 touchdown pass thus far. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's enjoying a great deal of success. His team is also enjoying a great deal of success.
Yeah, he's got that nice little, what I call the QB lean going right now. You see that little stroll that he's got going? Yeah, he's definitely got that. You see him throwing the football, the nice little video. He's seeing that in his head as well because he wants more of that to happen. So anytime you see him that relaxed, that comfortable, usually it's a big thumbs up for his team.
Yeah, it's been a big highlight day for him. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Throwing on first down is Murray. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Ndamukong Suh in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And now a shot into coverage downfield is complete. That goes for a gain of 31. Hey, they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching. And how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it, because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And he's got it. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Miles Boykin with his first career touchdown in his first career game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Seibert on for the PAT. And the lead will grow by 1 more. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Going on the ground with Eckler. And look at this. For the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Well timed there by Richard Sherman, a sack on the corner blitz.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now, and it's created an avalanche, and an avalanche that's coming right on top of them. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taking it on the return, it springs him for 25. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard elsewhere, 3rd quarter down in Arizona. And that one is now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Cardinals. Larry Fitzgerald hauling in a couple of touchdown passes thus far in that one. And San Francisco gets set to go here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there.
Touchdown, 49ers! Alvin Kamara, 38 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, black 22. That's not
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Winston throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time, and it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Switch.
He won't go down, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the 1st down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Kamara's got the 1st down and then some. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that 1st win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So that drive 7 plays in length, and the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jameis to throw it. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, but now it's 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the 1st. Jameis now on 1st down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The Bucs on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing, Winston. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Here's Bradley Pena now. He's been terrific so far. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes. Get out of there.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the 49ers, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.